Yo, what up? Good morning, GMGM. Thursday, June 12th. Ooh, June 12th. I know what's going down today. 2025, look at that. It's another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler. Tyler, good morning. How you doing today?
Doing fantastic. Today is a big day. Farokh enters the big leagues. And I've been distracted the last 20 minutes, maybe the last hour, just watching the rect chart.
No, I had to clock out. I'm not watching. Because every time I refresh it, my bag's higher. And I gotta I can't, I can't. Because I don't want to sense euphoria, Yeah. I don't want to fuck it up for everyone.
Wise. Wise choice.
Because it was 150 mil this morning here in Europe, 140 something, and then you guys in the chat oh my god, 175. I'm like, oh, okay, chill. Okay, I gotta clock out here. Someone's clipping. I'm sure we're gonna talk about that. So today on the show, today we're gonna talk markets. I was in there last 2 days, so I'm not sure exactly what you covered, what you didn't cover, but I'm assuming you talk about a whole lot of things. We'll talk more. Actually, last 2 days were crazy. It's just today it's kind of shit, because another World War III is erupting for the 50th time. I've never seen headlines of escalation in the Middle East before. It's first time. So we'll talk markets. We'll talk macro, crypto. We'll talk, Tyler's top 100s. We'll talk memes. We'll talk news. We'll talk all sorts of stuff going on in the space. We're giving away some money on Yeet. We'll give away one winner today and keep 3 for tomorrow, Farokh Friday. I wish the listing was tomorrow. You know what I mean? They could have let it slip Farokh Friday. Come on, Coinbase. I'm just kidding. Love you guys. Thank you for doing that. But, Farokh Friday, we'll have 3 winners tomorrow. I'll give the code early today, actually. The code, raffleball.xyz, is Ether. Is it consensus trade, by the way? No, I'm kidding. Ether, ETHER. Ether is the code, raffleball.xyz. Go to yeet.com, sign up using FOMO HOUR code. You have to be on FOMO HOUR code. You have to have a public account, and you have to have placed a bet if you want to have a chance to win. We give money away every day, 5 days a week. We've given away 35 G's already, lads. So if you want to win some money, come do that. And last but not least, this show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is the connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto, as recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. But also, I like this one a lot, Kraken Pro. With Kraken Pro, you get full control over your layout. Drag and drop any module. Customize it all. It's clean. It's smooth. And built for real traders. If you trade crypto, check out pro.kraken.com. Trade without trade-offs. And with that, Tyler, actually, Timothy, I don't have my little roadie road. So where's the button? Do you want to do it,
NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on FOMO HOUR, cause the kid can't miss.
Ready to patch the barriers. Yeah, folks, it looks like crypto majors read this morning amidst growing concerns out of the Middle East that there might be rising escalations between Israel and Iran. We started selling off last night because of that. Bitcoin down 2%, 107.3. ETH down 1.5%, 27.55. Sol at 159. We had PPI print come in this morning. Yesterday, CPI came in under. PPI, not surprisingly, also came in slightly under, but not enough to really move markets so far today. So we'll see how that continues to trend. We had SPX leading all alts on the day, up 8% to $1.66 and a new all-time high. Meanwhile, Myriad is raising his targets to 1 trillion for his target market. So we'll see. He's believing big, at least. Hype briefly set an all-time high at $44 before retracing yesterday as well. Getting into some of the news, the ETFs, folks, they are absolutely on fire. $240 million in inflows yesterday. Highest since February 4th.
Wow.
4-month high there. Arguably, the blockbuster news of the day was Stripe acquiring crypto wallet provider Privy, which will continue operating independently under its new ownership, but of course with a whole lot more firepower and resources. So that was a major M&A move. We had Circle stock up 10% yesterday after news that the USDC token would expand to Sam Altman's world chain. So the market liked that expansion. GameStop, GME, they're planning to raise another $1.75 billion. They haven't come out and directly said it's to buy Bitcoin, but we're starting to think that might be a part of the use of the funds, though the stock did not like that announcement. It dropped on the news. The U.S. Senate is moving forward on that stablecoin bill. Meanwhile, the House is making progress on the market structure bill. So we're seeing progress on both of those fronts. And then we had Moody's. They announced they're doing this experiment to bring credit ratings on the Solana in a new RWA tokenization experiment. So I thought that was an interesting headline. In token airdrop and protocol news, Sonic announced its season 2 airdrop is going to arrive on June 18th.
I need that.
Hey, for those Sonic boys. They also announced some changes to their rewards program. Plasma, this was some stealth surprise news last night. They opened up another round of $500 million in deposits with just 1 hour notice last night.
Nice.
They filled that in about 30 minutes. So
We love
strong
that.
for Plasma. Infinex airdropped 100 million new patrons to Kaido stakers, and then Mira announced a Kaido rewards campaign. So those continue to cook. And then we saw One Balance announce a $20 million raise as they continue to build out their One Balance toolkit to eliminate chains, bridges, and gas for users. In AI news, market cap down about 4%. Not a surprise. Two pieces of news. Virtuals launched their latest hot token, Iris. That's their first AI agent to launch on Ethereum mainnet. It opened up around 100 million. I think it dipped since the open. And then the corporate treasuries are hitting the crypto AI world this week. So yesterday we announced Synapgenics is doing a $500 million Tau treasury. And then yesterday, this NASDAQ stock, Interactive Strength, it's a fitness company. They're going to invest up to $500 million in the FET token to bring AI integration into their fitness products. So now two major corporate crypto AI treasuries in the books. So that's a new trend and development from this week. Rounding this out, in memes and NFTs, meme leaders mostly red. SPX leading all up 9%. Farokh even ahead of today. The news, perhaps we buried the lead. Farokh goes live for spot trading on Coinbase today at 12 p.m. Eastern. So all eyes on that. Meanwhile, this morning, Rect hitting a new all-time high, $175 million FTV after OSF said he's going rod mode. Market liked that news. Some huge clips into that token. This Aura meme has effectively been taken over by some kind of cabal. It went from 1 million to 150 million in 2 days. One of the biggest runs we've ever seen. And then in NFTs, a couple of headlines. Gandhi has reached 55% market share for all NFT lending. And then Pudgy Penguins, big partnership. Announced a new partner with NASCAR. So Pudgy's and NASCAR as they continue to proliferate the brand.
Wow. That is a lot, Tyler, happening at this time. Where do we even start? I mean, we could start, I guess, with macro and price. I mean, the market was hot, and it's as if like every time we're all-time high, near all-time high, someone's got to do something to slow us down. They don't want us to break out of the all-time high range. They don't want to see Ethereum higher than $2,800. They don't want an alt season. You know, it's almost as if Iran and Israel actually is kind of both fucking with each other. Saw Ethereum have a huge run and almost become consensus trade, and then say, yo, we're gonna drop the bomb. Like, what? You know, it's every time the same thing. Where are we at right now? What do we think? I think, again, like, even if there's escalation, I don't see why the market should like be insane. But I get what it's shaky, right?
Yeah, this is a trickier one. It does feel a little bit more real right now than perhaps it did in prior months. I think Polymarket's got it up at 54% chance of an Israel attack on Iran before July. At the same time, I mean, there were some skirmishes between these two several months back, right? And I don't think it had significant impacts on markets. So perhaps we'll just shake this one off after the dust settles the next few days. I mean, certainly people are watching it pretty closely.
Yeah.
I think what's jumping out to me about Bitcoin is like, is this the hard road to get past 110K? Like 110 has been a very tough level to break.
I keep thinking about this Kobe tweet.
Yeah.
It's living rent free in my head. The hard road 80 to what is it? 80 to 100, and the hard road 100 to 250. The easy road 100 to 250, but maybe it was 110. I don't know.
Yeah, he came back and revised it too. So the original tweet from John Brown said 110.
Ah, okay.
So we have to get past 110, and it's looking like a formidable barrier. At the same time, I felt like we were making so much progress. It felt like we were starting to feel some euphoria. Like the weekly numbers, Bitcoin's up 3%. ETH is up 7%. Like that's not even like for how much joy I felt like we felt on the timeline this week. These aren't that big of moves. And I mean, we've seen like daily candles in the 20% range, right?
Oh yeah.
So,
that's why I'm so bullish.
Yeah.
Like we haven't seen shit yet, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like you'll know. Remember the Bitcoin candle was like the biggest daily candle in the history of Bitcoin, like not long ago, like late last year or some shit. Like where we dropped like 10K in a day. Like we haven't seen any of this. Actually, we've seen it on Bitcoin only, right? Or that we saw in Solana when like Trump dropped. But like, you know, we haven't seen shit yet. You know, the lovely summer of risk. It's the summer of risk. Anyways, so we'll see where that goes.
We haven't seen any big candles really, and I still think they're coming. I just have this lingering feeling that they're coming. Maybe this last shakeout.
The last shakeout. It's a fake out, you know. Let's see. Let's look at Hyperliquid though. Man, oh man.
It's just up only, and it looks like it's clear skies.
Man, oh man. What a chart. From that bottom here. What a fuck. It's like Hyperliquid gave everyone the chance to enter it again at the price it kind of opened at after the points thing. It's up 351% since. No more. Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Very easy to get 3x on that. Even if you, let's say you didn't catch the wick under 10, because that was not the easiest. Wow. It was very viable in the 13 range, and even more in like the 20.
Wow.
So like everyone's had a chance to enter this.
Oh yeah. It said 20 for a while too. Definitely had a chance. And with size. Hyperliquid is one of those coins they can trade with pretty big size in general. All right, what else you got?
I mean, the top mover on the day was, I think it's coming back down now. Well, SPX.
Wild.
We talked about it a bit yesterday. We don't need to go super deep into it, but it's at $1.70. And it's green on the day where Bitcoin is down 2%. Like there's all these concerns about Middle East crises. Typically that type of volatility like crushes memes, right? And we're seeing it in the rest of the meme board. Like Doge is down 6%, which is having a terrible cycle. Like you said that a few other days.
Yeah, Doge is just not it right now.
It's doing nothing. I mean, Pepe is down 6%. Like all the meme leaders are broadly down 5%, and SPX is back up into all-time high. So it's continuing this parabolic move. I don't know where it's going to go from here, but it's caught people's attention.
Well, you know where it's going. It's going to $1 trillion.
Trillion.
Yeah. $1 trillion coin. Right?
Next key level is 690. I said that on yesterday's show. So we'll
So you're looking at it like that. You know, Tyler's looking at it like, whoop.
What if we handle down from here and just paint the handle at all-time highs? That's the tip you want to buy right there.
Yeah. like bang, you know. Anyways, I'm bad at drawing. Yeah. I mean, SPX is really impressive, I'm not gonna lie. But we've been talking about it a lot, and rightfully so, because it is the top meme gainer in general, right?
Of the leaderboard, if we want to go downstream, the top leader is likely wrecked.
Whoa! Look at the 7 days.
7 day at 50% move. Wow. Outpacing Farokh. How about that? And SPX. Wow. Yeah. It really
is.
is.
Take a screenshot of this.
It's the top mover.
Holy shit. Hold on
the week.
Sorry, I gotta take a screenshot, send it to
over. Oh yeah, it's worth it. Yeah.
Year to date, that's different. You know, you got a 7 day, I think it's good.
There it is.
Wait, it's first.
It's the number one mover across the top, 1,000 tokens in all of crypto. Huge.
That's insane.
And the thing is, like, this hasn't even been like a big news week. Like, we had the shipwreck sellout last week.
Any news?
The news that we know about is OSF going Myriad mode. So he's like, I can sense it in him. And of course,
Oh, he filled that wig, by the way. That is hilarious.
Yeah. Also, look at that cup and handle breakout. It's perfect. It's one of our favorite patterns actually resolved. You truly love to see it. I think a lot of our hardcore listeners know OSF well, right? Those who may not and are more casually following him, I've noticed a change. I think he's more dialed in now than ever. And I think he's being louder on the timeline. It really feels like big things are coming. And this morning, this is public. This is all on the blockchain. We saw a $200,000 single clip into the token, and then we saw a $250,000 single clip. So these aren't DCAs. These are just boom, just straight market buys in huge size.
Huge.
Any news?
Oh, hi. Any news? We were going to ask you. Any news?
Any news?
Any news? Someone out there, please? So, can I say what I said in the FOMO Hour chat, or am I going to get destroyed by communities here?
So I don't know what you said. What did you say? I'm coming in late.
Tyler
Sorry,
knows.
very busy morning
Tyler
for me.
knows. You're good. Tyler knows.
You say a lot of things in the chat that could get you destroyed. So I'm a little bit worried about where you might be going with this.
So aside from ETH being consensus trade, I think that I'm kidding. I think that's a joke. That's a joke. But no, genuinely speaking, I don't see how Rect can't pull a move similar to SPX here. For the and I laid it out. So I'm not trying to PvP token. So it's more PV. I want to put my thesis out there here because I also want to put it on the record because I can clout farm when it's at $1 billion. But and also full disclosure, I am a top 25 holder probably at Rect. So it's a good day to have a good day. It's become my second biggest position in crypto actually as of this morning, which is pretty wild. Knock on wood. And scratch my ass. It's an Iranian thing to do. But anyways, it's just like there's good, supply control in the tokenomics. Now it's been built. There's a mega marketing wallet. There's great. There's a product being built. There's somewhat of a cult around Rect and Ovi. Let's be honest. Ovi's building his brand as a personal brand for 4 years. We hosted 1,000 episodes of this show together, Mando, Ovi, and I, for the first, 2.5, 3 years until Tyler came in. Rect guy has always been sort of a cult. It's also filled with the most redacted holders in crypto that have seen the most insane drawdowns at all times. I mean, Rect was down 95% on the last drawdown. Forget Rect guy. Rect guy also has had its own drawdowns in the NFT, and people still held. I mean, I've minted like 15 Rect guys. I haven't never sold one, right? Which technically is stupid when you think about it. But no, it's not because I got my Rect coins and actually the equity and everything, right? So like, I don't see why a token like Rect, when I look at the success of SPX and why it's so successful, it's like Myriad, supply control. It's working. The whole memetics of it has been mastered. It's well done, right? The content, the thought process, believe in something, the taglines. And Rect is similar, but for brand, right? Except that they have 4 years behind them. And they've got this new meta of like revenue generating utility token, which they have with Rect drinks. They've sold 630,000 cans this year alone, on pace to equal or beat the Red Bull first year can sales, which was 1 million. By the way, they're going to beat it for sure. There's only 47% left of that. And there's a ton of months left in the year, right? We're halfway through the year. So I don't see why in the flywheel thing, I don't see why it can't pull a similar move. It's like, yeah, you look at a move like this. Yeah, sure. Expect a drawdown. Okay, fine. Like, does it go back to 150? Maybe. But you're not going to see it like $50 million now. Maybe in the bear market, blah, 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 heavy seller pressure, people taking profit. Maybe, but like, I don't see why Rect can't become one of those tokens. And by the way, and I'm curious for your thoughts on this, but by the way, my last thought is all this talk about ICM and internet capital markets and stuff like that, which 99% of it is a fucking scam to sell your bags to us. A lot of it is real. Like the Launchcoin is doing is great, but This is ICM. Like Rec Guy and the Rec Fly was internet capital markets, pure and simple. It's an internet Web3 born brand, a crypto native company that literally minted for free, gave equity to its holders, launched a coin, is selling drinks, and now creating a flywheel around it. This is, in my opinion, alongside Pudgy Penguins and Pengu, the purest form of ICM in crypto. Curious to hear your thoughts on this thesis.
Look, obviously, I can't shill it like that, but I do think that yeah, if you're looking for maybe what I think the future of crypto is, to a certain extent, like I think there's certain things will be forms of exchange as a coin or a store of value, which is things like Bitcoin and maybe some of the L1s. But if you're looking for how app coins can work, or how, let's say, this internet capital market coins would work, this is kind of how I would hope that most of these go down the route of. I think, although I don't agree, to get the incentives right for everyone is always where it kind of falls down. Like, we know what we need to do, but then people just don't act how they need to. With NFTs, we raise the money up front often, and then that led to kind of a bit of a downfall at the end, because like people would raise on these huge ideas and then like the delivery was never really quite there, and it would fail. ICM is kind of a similar sort of route, where like often it's bundled supply at the start, and then they get their bag straight up, and then they can just like exit. How Rec Guy formed, remember, Rec Guy was like a thank you / apology for degens back in the day, right? Like, and part of Ovi's artwork, but we did it for free, and everything since has been free, and everything that has ever been made from it has been tied to either royalties or some form of shared flywheel. And I think they can be created. It takes sometimes a while to create with the people with the right sort of incentives to make it happen. I think with the new like regulations coming in, you're going to see better versions of this. But I do think that Rect is one of the few who kind of have it going on, and for that reason, like I think it can trade probably at a pretty high premium versus a lot of things, because it's one of the few where you can actually be like, right, well, this flywheel actually works. Hyperliquid's another one, right? Like Hyperliquid's done very, very well with that sort of flywheel model. And they're spending 100% of their fees on buybacks, and they are a Web3 native team, which seems to have gotten it. I'm trying, like, some of the DeFi protocols are kind of going down that route, and you can see that some of those coins are actually reacting pretty well more recently, at least going down that flywheel route. It's a bit more PvP in that world, like everyone's going after each other, which has meant that it's masked the big change in DeFi coins that has happened over the last 12 months, which is a lot of those coins have gone from governance coins to actually being good coins, but they're just fighting each other as hard as in a race to the bottom, really, of like the lowest fees and the biggest buyback. But there will be a point in time where people think about that for DeFi, I think.
Yeah.
And then for these sort of other app style coins, like let's say Web3 native brands, I think it's possible. I really do think it's possible. We haven't seen it from any of the other major NFT projects. Pengu, I don't know. Do they have a buyback?
Not yet. I think that's a big. I think that's one of the big things he's got maybe in his pocket for Q4.
Right. So I think what Pengu's really gone on is like memetics, right? They've spent a lot of money marketing on memetics and really driven that. They've gone mainstream with that. I think Rect is still more of a Web3 native meme.
Yeah, of course, it's very niche.
We've done the flywheel slightly earlier, but I think it's actually a new business model. In what I say, like you saw how we bought the Rect back at like a low level, and we have all this Rect in the treasury. Like that then becomes a marketing budget to like make it.
It's like $70 million wallet now, bro.
Right, and it's not just like, oh, well, that's bad for the token. Like the vast majority of the token holders also own equity in the company. So then you have this like, there's a flywheel on two ways there. Like if you're not winning on the token, well, let's say like, oh yeah, we need to, some of it's used for marketing and gets a little bit of supply distribution. That's because we're selling more drinks. And like we saw an unlock happened last week, right? And there was this reacting to that being closed. But that's like a double winner, I think. So companies that also manage to give equity to their token holders, mean that they'll benefit even if there's like added supply almost. This is kind of the issue with NFTs, right? Like, oh, if all the Yuga Labs holders had owned equity in Yuga Labs, supply increases of the NFTs or of tokens wouldn't have necessarily mattered as much if they then shared in the upside of the revenue of the business. So I actually think them both going hand in hand is quite important for like long-term value there. If it's just token, then you can argue it can also break down over a really long term. But like if it's token and equity, it's really tough for it to like break down, basically.
Yeah, I agree. I just want to answer to one of the pushback, which is very fair. It's like you can't compare to Red Bull. You know, people bought Red Bull as an energy drink. I just want to say I'm not comparing Rec to Red Bull. The only comparison I'm saying is because Ovi talks about this often, is that Red Bull in the first year sold 1 million cans, and Ovi's goal, because he talks about this, is to sell 1 million cans. You see that he even draws it a lot, and he's 63% of the way there. So I agree, like the Red Bull Rec comparisons, I don't compare Rec as a drink to Red Bull. It's also different audiences, different way. People do buy the Rec cans as a way to farm tokens and airdrops and get points, etc. This is true. It's all valid. But it's just the way he's marketing it is smart, right? Just like when Myriad says, believe in something, we're into $1 trillion. It's very similar, like marketing strategies works out. The difference is with these cans, like, yeah, you get all these photos where sometimes it is silly and funny, but it's like, it's a meme. Like just someone received like 17,000 cans of Rect at home, but people have been giving them out. Like they don't keep them. They give them out. So in a way, like it's actually marketing. And I think this is it's very smart. And so for a company that starts extremely niche in a very hard environment, look back at the interview I did with Ovi Friday last week when the boys were off. It was just Ovi and I. We talked about this. I was like, this industry, like the drink industry, you can't just tap into it and just win. Like it's tough, dude. Right? We're not the Nelk boys with the Happy Dad where we can just go and fucking make $200 million. Like we're not Prime. We're not Logan Paul here. We're just fucking D-gens here talking to you an audience of like 1,000 people a day. You know what I mean? Like, and it's still making it work at that level. But yeah, curious your thoughts out, and then we can definitely
concisely, I think what makes it unique, and it is a unicorn, it's a pioneer in this new brand coin sector, is it's got the business and in the revenue share, which is a huge hot button topic in crypto Twitter right now. And it's a successful business. He's selling these cans and it's great. But it also has the cult. And Murad's out pushing as the cult coins is the next big thing, right? It's the whole thesis behind SPX to $1 trillion. And I've met these Rect holders. It's primarily who I hung out with down in Miami.
Yeah, you did.
And these guys love Ovi. They love the brand. They're along for the ride. Like there's not
tattoos. There's everything.
Not clipping out into every 10% pump. I can tell you that.
I'm not looking at 10% pump, brother. I was saying yesterday, man, my bag was down 92% like a couple months ago. You think I'm gonna sell like 10% above all-time high? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I have like trillions of that token. Like it's just like it's nothing you don't like. You know what I mean? It's just and it is like actually sometimes I feel like they love Ovi a little too much. Not gonna lie, like they would probably like sleep with him if he let them. I think Ovi would let. Don't worry, guys. Ovi would probably let you guys sleep with him at $1 billion.
Ovi gets anxiety in big spaces. I've realized this from the rec shows over the years.
What?
Have you not noticed this from the rec shows over the years? He's like good for the first half an hour, and then you'll find him like crying in a corner about an hour in. I think he gets like it's been a lot the last few years of it. He prefers the smaller events rather than the big ones.
He hides. He comes to our house and he hides.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he definitely hides in a corner. Anyways, in other news, Farokh is getting listed on Coinbase today. Tyler, we got to talk about it. I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna talk about Farokh today.
Don't worry, we went around the horn and gave our price predictions for SPX yesterday for Tyler.
oh, that's perfect. Okay, perfect. So we already talked about SPX again today, Mando. So we're not gonna go over it again. But Tyler, let's talk about
ETH outperforming. Are we gonna talk about my call being 100% right or not yet?
Are we talking about what are we talking about here? What happened? I didn't watch yesterday. I should have. I didn't watch.
I said, are we talking about ETH outperforming?
Is it outperforming?
Looks like it's underperforming on the day.
Don't give me that.
Everybody has ETH. Tyler's pool. Everybody owns ETH.
A super majority of our timeline owns ETH.
Everybody's an ETH
Let's see.
holder.
Let's see. It's the most hated rally. You can feel it.
I'm honestly, you know what it is though. I was talking about this when I opened the show earlier. Man, it's so funny. Like, ETH was about to break that 2,800, and Iran was like, "Nope,
Yeah.
fuck you." You know, sorry. I'm trying to make it work. Okay, it's hard. It's not like Israel's listening either. So I'm on the phone all day. That's why I missed the show yesterday. I got Donnie, I got Benjamin, I got everybody on the call, left to right. I'm trying to make it work. Anyways, all jokes aside, Fartcoin was looking for your thing. But anyways, Fartcoin, it's looking good. Back at 1.37, just bounced on this show. Love to see that from 132. What's our prediction here? And I'm curious to ask you both a question. We're seeing a slight baby pullback on the market on the back of like macro news, right? I kind of like Fartcoin being listed in this environment right now, where it's not just up only, because usually listings like that can be toppy. I don't think this is the case here. This time is different. What do you guys think?
I feel like we're going to see a bit of a pump on the listing. And then I feel like we're probably going to do some kind of a sideways consolidation chop for a bit. I don't think we're going to go straight to 5 by any means in like a 10-day period right now on this listing. But I do think the Coinbase listing gives us the foundation for a parabolic move like that sometime in the future. And I don't know what the catalyst will be. I think we probably going to want to see Bitcoin go over to break 110 for that to happen. But we've opened the door to a whole lot of new holders. And I think it's going to take time for them to really accumulate.
His name is Dip Wheeler. What do you think, Mando?
I think this is very bullish. I mean, it depends. We saw a mixed bag of Coinbase listings before. Mod did
We're
very
looking
well.
good.
Others didn't do so well. I imagine this does well. Like, I think it will do well.
This is good. This is nice.
I'll repeat what I've said before in the past, which is like I like buying coins when not fewer people will buy them, but like they're like before listings rather than afterwards. So I would say this is bullish, but I wouldn't say this is like the most bullish thing that's happened to Farokh. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this means that it won't go that much lower, but I wouldn't say this is like the thing that makes it go to like a 3 or 4x. If we just saw with Aura, for example, like that's something that really, like, when it comes out of nowhere and like nobody owns it and then it goes, it feels like Farokh is kind of like owned, but this will mean that it will do well, and I think it could pump maybe like 20-30%, kind of go back up to the highs it was yesterday. But this is just this. I mean, it should have been listed a while ago, in my opinion. This is just it's been a bit ridiculous that it hasn't been listed yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's no. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It will be if we see like the TradFi folks start to.
That's the thing.
I feel like that's kind of slowed down a little bit.
I mean, Fartcoin is like the coin everyone talks about in TradFi.
No, remember, like they'd always like joke like, "Oh, Fartcoin."
Oh, right. Oh, I see what you mean. All right.
Yeah,
I think then they're going to go and buy it. Maybe they would. Yeah, maybe.
I think this is the big test. It's like, for me, Fartcoin is a great product for Western buyers of crypto, right? That's why I think Robinhood and Coinbase make more sense for Fartcoin than like Binance, for example, right? Because in the West, it's a joke, right? Like, you see Kitty Beer tweeting about it in a funny way. It's like actually Whiff was that when it ran up. My friends working on trading desk were laughing because on Bloomberg Terminal, it would talk about dog Whiff had going like 3 billion. So they used to joke about that. And so Fartcoin's kind of like replaced it in that sense, where like you'll see it on Bloomberg, or like you see it's called it's so stupid. Like, everybody smiles at it, but we'll see. Obviously, I've already laid out why I'm bullish on it like a million times. I don't think over it again. But yeah, big day. What time? Let me check again. I'm high.
80 minutes.
No way.
What are your predictions? How you're a bag holder.
I can't make a prediction. I said 160. We hit that. Then 2. Then price discovery. So I will remain. I stand by my first call that I made a few weeks ago. I think I made that when I went to Toronto. It was telegraphed. Like, so far, all my levels on Farokh hit. I didn't expect that pullback from 160 to 800 mil, like that 50% drawback. Definitely, I was expecting maybe slight pullback to like 120s, maybe one, but definitely not 800 mil. That was insane. So but anyways, I hold, right? But I still have all my bag. I've had the same bag for a while, so I'm nowhere near my keys. Anyways, so I
think
don't
that
care what the
sell-off
fuck
is really-
happens.
I think that sell-off is really important. I think it
Yeah.
shook a lot of folks out. You totally had to reset leverage.
Holders went up though during that shake-off.
Yeah, every day.
So you got to be careful with these because there's people with big bags that play games sometimes. And there's Coinbase has to have enough Farokh to list as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if it had a TWAP around that $801 level. I do think that if we blast, anyways, what you want to look at, my call is like, if you want to look at that 160 region, you blast through that, then you're going to hit that 250, right?
Mhm.
So that's all I want. And at the end of the day, we're going to $10. So it'll be nice. Would be nice. I noticed, Tyler, how many office rooms do you have in your house?
This is my other office. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi has not been consistent.
This is like office number 5 for Tyler.
So I
Have
had
you
to do
noticed, Mando?
a last minute move today. This one's a little more feminine. If I'm going to be down here full time, I'm going to have to do it.
You gotta get those like extending whatever. Yeah, 10-bed meme coin mansion. Yeah, exactly. It's got that. Who wants to go live in Tyler's mansion, guys? We're giving away 1 spot by the end of the year to a lucky listener. Anyways, what else do we have to talk about? We talk a lot about meme
We
coins.
went out the risk curve. Let's
go back.
The biggest headline
Stripe.
of the day was Stripe. They announced their acquisition of Privy. So Privy, if you don't know, like they power embedded crypto wallets for apps like OpenSea, Zora, Hyperliquid. They support 75 million wallets across 1,000 developer teams, billions of transactions. So they're huge. We don't know the details financially of the acquisition, though Privy was last valued at 230 million in March of 2025. So probably around that ballpark at least. Again, for those unfamiliar, Privy allows developers to spin up secure, user-friendly wallets directly in-app. They're enabling now Stripe to really go deeper into crypto infra, and it looks like that Stripe is kind of building out this full stack end-to-end crypto onboarding service. They've already got the fiat to crypto ramps. They've got stablecoin support, and now they've got the wallet creation here with Privy. So like Stripe is betting big on crypto here. And it looks like they're going to be a big player in the space to come. And now potential impact is it puts pressure on some of the other big payments players. PayPal, Visa, like what are they going to do? And I think this opens up. We talked about the door being open for crypto IPOs. After Circle, clearly the M&A circle is wide open now as well. So we'll see who else perhaps gets acquired in the days and months to come. But huge announcement, big day for all the Privy workers who've been grinding over the last.
Yeah. I mean, Privy is arguably top 5 most important companies to have come out of crypto, in my opinion. And I don't even know if that's a hot take. Like, they've enabled so much for us as an industry. I mean, abstract is all of it is Privy. And we use Privy too. Everyone I talk to is like, oh, we use Privy on our platform as well.
Privy guys are great. We use them for a number of different things.
Exactly.
Very personable. Yeah, I'm very unsurprised they got bought. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, by Stripe too, like, does that mean that every Shopify client can I use Privy? Like, there's so much going on. Like, you're talking about adoption. Like, man, I'm so bullish. Oh my god, we're so early. Oh my god,
it's such a funny tale of two cities where like crypto Twitter, like you've got the people who say we're like in the cycle, like in the end game for crypto, but whereas at the same time, like you can make a very strong argument that we're at the very beginning stages of the big player adoption.
We haven't even had like that Visa buying a punk moment yet. Like I don't know. I'm so bullish, guys. Fuck, it's hurting. Oh, my gut hurts from how bullish I am. We're so early. Wow, I'm getting flashbacks of 2021 in a good and a bad way. Like meaning early June 21, like we were fucking rolling around balling, but it kept going for like 3 months. Like, yeah, we got a dip midsummer and then we ran back September, October, November, and then we double top. But like we have time, guys. Genuinely think that. Anyways, any other big news? Any news? Any news?
Yeah. So I think this crypto AI treasury trend is an interesting one. So yesterday, Synaptogenics did 500 million TAO, but I think today's is actually more interesting. So Interactive Strength is committing up to $500 million to build a crypto treasury around Fetch AI's FET tokens. If you aren't familiar with FET, it's not like the AI agent downstream, like Virtuals. It's a bigger player in crypto AI. It's valued at 1.8 billion market cap. So it is certainly a larger token. They're a decentralized network. They enable autonomous AI agents that can make decisions on behalf of users and businesses. What Interactive Strength is doing, so they've got the corporate treasury component. But I think what makes this more interesting here is they're planning to use Fetch AI's autonomous agents to power their new fitness app features. So personalized networks, real-time coaching, smart equipment, and then also tie in the token to some of these use cases. So I don't think we've quite seen that yet specifically from these corporate treasuries. I think so far we've seen the companies who just want to buy, stockpile. It's just assets on the balance sheet. Here's a company that's looking to do that, but also incorporate it into their business model. So I thought that was an interesting one, and I'm curious if we'll see more. I mean, that's now $1 billion in the crypto AI in just the last 2 days. so doubtful that we've seen the last of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of going on the AI board. How's the AI board doing?
Virtuals continues to do very well. They had their new launch today, Iris.
They're killing it. The Ethereum Foundation shared it.
Mm.
Hallelujah.
Interestingly, once again, I think there's more folks talking about the price action and the multiple for the Virgin presale than they are talking about the capabilities of the Iris AI agent. So I think that is a concern. So anyone who's buying in here, just understand, like, why are you buying the Iris agent at 63 million? As I understand it, I think it does like security, like audit type work. Let me see if I can find it. Their Twitter doesn't even have a description of what it is. I'll try to get to the website. It has been officially adopted by Virtuals, which I think is important. And it was also the first agent they've launched on Ethereum mainnet, which is big. Yeah, I'm looking at their. It's very unclear to me what this product is. Their website says it's the #1 AI agent directory, and I'm seeing AI agents for sales dev, content marketing. So perhaps they're trying to sell AI agent workers. It's an interesting concept. You know, I know there's some big players in Web 2 who are going after this. I don't know if Iris is going to be able to pull this off. It looks like they're trying to sell, like for $2,000 a month, you can buy this sales development representative AI, and I guess he'll do your biz dev for you. I don't know how much demand there is for that in June of 2025. I think there will be strong demand for that when the tech is better in 6, 12, 24 months. So I don't know what that means for Iris, and if they're actually going to be the leader in that field. That field is interesting. Other than that, it was a red day on the AI board overall, just kind of in line with the broader market, except Tibber. Tibber continues to grind up.
No, bro, fucking Tibber, man.
I don't want to get into Tibber today. I've been spitching my bags too much on this.
I've seen it since so early, and I just keep waiting because I have so many bags, you know. Fuck.
Just pull up the chart to make yourself feel a little worse.
Shut up! I just did. Fuck. Here, let me show the chat. So I was just, this is from where I saw it. Let me just delete that. Fuck.
So it just grinded up, and then it consolidated at 100 million for 18 days, and now it's breaking out.
All right, that's it, Tyler. Enough of your bags.
We've been talking about token talk. The other one I quickly want to talk about was Moody's.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you.
It's a fun story. It's not a huge deal just yet. It's just an experiment, but they're pilot testing embedding municipal bond ratings directly on Solana. They're partnering with Alpha Ledger to do this. They're running this simulated experiment where they're attaching credit ratings on chain to this API integration. The idea here, the proof of concept, is that it would show how credit ratings data, which has traditionally been locked behind terminals, become more transparent, more immutable, and instantly available, and how it can be more real time based on the Solana capabilities. So an interesting experiment. Again, notable that they chose to do it on Solana, likely tied to speed.
Solana, baby. I'm telling you, we're gonna get this mega pump on both Solana and ETH. I'm convinced. I'm just convinced both of them are just gonna do great. There's so much momentum. The DeFi news last week on 6ix9ine were great. Both of them have their own things going on for themselves. It's just going good, and we need Sol and ETH to do good. Actually, I think for broader altcoin run in general, because there's a lot of money tied to both ecosystems. Obviously, ETH has way more TVL in that sense, but I think we need that. Another coin quickly, like I've seen a lot in the timeline, and keep seeing AI, is VVV. Like I've seen a lot of people start shilling Venice token again. You guys notice that? No?
A bit of it, not a ton.
I don't know. I've seen quite a bit. So apparently a lot of people shaking out typical chart, but just like I don't know. I have nothing. I'm not buying anything. I have my 4 coins, pretty much done. Happy to miss everything else, but it's looking good. I'm not gonna lie. I should have moved some Pepe to like SPX early on. Oh well. Oh well. Mando, anything else before we go into Yeet? Yeet.
Not that I've seen.
Yeah. I think we covered. I think we did a good job covering. Did you see the results of my poll, Mando?
No.
Bitcoin.
Whatever you say, you're not going to try and convince me that ETH is a consensus trade. There's 0% chance you're going to be able to convince me that. 0. People might own it. That's fine. Because everyone I think owns a little bit of ETH. There is no way that you're trying to tell me that's a consensus trade versus Hype or Bitcoin or Farokh.
I mean, it is more consensus than Farokh.
I don't think so. I think Farokh is the most consensus coin out there.
Meme coin, I wouldn't say, because SPX is up there now. But yeah, you're right. In terms of meme coins, I don't know. The people voted, and Bitcoin. Actually, though, the good comment was from Doug. Was that the options make sense, but anyone who voted anything other than Bitcoin is out of their minds, and I agree with that. Like Bitcoin is arguably the more consensus trades because you got everything going on for it. So I'm curious to see what.
I guess, but to Mando's point, like I think people, like everyone is like pretty much universally bullish on it, but it doesn't mean that they own it.
Yeah, it's different, of course. Like universally, everyone's saying ETH to 4K, Farokh to 10, and Hype to.
Who is saying ETH to 4K?
Bro, we must have a different timeline. I swear to God, on my mama, like everyone I follow, like yesterday. Now Kalia was on board. Now I was gonna send you that.
Kalia tweets about literally every single chart and is bullish on every single fucking chart. I don't know who like. You're posting the people that post on literally every single chart in crypto and say, "Hey, I'm bullish."
No, but like
Main goes to 4K or 5K. I don't think people will be happy.
What are you saying?
I think if ETH goes to 4 or 5K versus Solana to 300, or Hype to 100, or Farokh to 4, I think ETH is the one that people will be least happy about over those 4. And there's like no chance you can convince me otherwise. Hype at 100, timeline is euphoric. Farokh at 4, timeline is euphoric. Solana at 300, timeline is euphoric. ETH at 4 or 5K, I don't think the timeline is euphoric at all.
I think they are. Maybe we must have a different algorithm.
I don't think we have a different algorithm. I think you're listening to me and you're like, oh, everyone's bullish ETH now.
No, I swear to God, I promise you, I'll take screenshots. Like my timeline is super bullish. I'm super bullish Ethereum. I don't own any ETH, but I have the betas. So I voted no to Tyler's thing. So anyways, how is our CryptoPunk Bitcoin ratio going? It's going well. Okay. It's all 120K for a punk.
Bro. The punks are a little quiet now.
It's way more quiet since the acquisition, but it's just punks are just punking, right? I feel like the whole eco is waiting on ETH to make a move because like we've been kind of like stuck here, right? At that 2800 mark. What is it at now? The code is Ether. ETHER. I'm giving you guys 1 more minute. ETHER. Raffleball.xyz. ETHER is the code. There you go. The code today is Ether. On the show, if you want to come make some money. What's Ethereum at? Speaking of which, just quickly want to check that, and then we'll pick a winner, Sims. Okay, 2760. Yeah. I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait for it to be at 4K. Then it's gonna get really, really loudio.
Just
And
quick
fun.
on the ETH. I said in the report, but 240 million in inflows yesterday. It must have been right at the gun. It was like before the IRS stuff. I mean, ETH ran to 2875 yesterday morning. 18-day inflow streak now. I am curious if it breaks today. I just on the back of this, but if that level
Why is
continues,
crypto so exposed to like the Middle East. I don't get it.
And it's so stupid. It's
one of the
so
weirdest
fucking
things that crypto
stupid.
sells off for. It's like Middle East and Elon versus Trump. Like,
Bro, I
what?
agree. Oh my god, that is the best thing you said today. I like fuck them. Like I'm so tired of like the whole like Iran
Stocks are
Israel
green.
shit.
Stocks are green here.
Stocks are green.
It's so
Dude,
it's one of the most random things that I've seen. That crypto seems to be war, like really reacts to war.
Every
And
time,
other markets don't really. Like they just shrug it off.
Every time, everyone's like, "Yo, Israel's decided they're gonna strike this shit. Oh, the Bahrainis are leaving their country. Oh, let's dump our fucking fart coin." You know?
It is. It's like, who is that person? Who is that person sitting there going like, "Fuck coin. I'm too exposed here to the Middle East."
China and America are about to
Farokh.
become friends. Like China and America is becoming friends again after God knows how long. But you know what? My meme coin back and my Pepe is exposed to Iran potentially opening a new nuclear plant. You know? Oh my god. Hey, that won't stop the hyperliquid buybacks though. Exactly, no. You're right. All right, let's pick someone. Hey, mustache. Oh. Did it stop
So
again?
while we're changing things over for next week for a thing that we can't speak about, the picker currently isn't doing the 4-week lockout. Muskie won on the 13th, so we need to go again because he's won within the month, and we said we'd do it 4-week lockout on each.
Run it again. Sorry, Muskie.
Oh shit! Wow, you guys.
I'm tracking it in real life on purpose. This is the tracker would normally do this, but it's not working at the moment. So.
All right, Harry, Chris.
Harry's clear.
All right, the homie here every day. One of the first people.
What's going on? It's bugging. It's bugging. I can't share my screen. Yo. Cut your screen. Sims, cut your screen. Okay, sorry. My whole shit broke. I can't share my screen. 1 second. Oh, sorry.
Don't do this to Harry. We can't do this to Harry. I'm excited for this one.
What is going on here? Sorry guys. Sorry Sims. Everything just broke at the end of the show for me. Okay, we're good. Okay. I'm here. Is Harry Krishna on the space? Hold on, my phone is over there.
Come on, Harry. Tell us you're still here.
I gotta roll. I'm sorry, guys.
See you, bro. Oh, I see Harry. Let me bring him on. All right. Harry's on. All right. Oh, we got some money in the account today. Whoa!
Woo!
We're cashed up, baby.
Liquid.
Liquid, bro. What's up, Harry? Oh, I don't think you can hear me. Let me make sure he's on. He is on. Okay, he's on.
Yeah, my mic was off.
Let's go. All right, Harry. Are you watching the video or your audio?
Audio.
All right. We'll play some. What do we do for him, Tyler? What do you want to do? He's audio.
Harry, do you have a game you like?
Just yeah, you go ahead. I'm fine with everything.
We can do Plinko for him.
Let's go. But this time,
Plinko.
we need more balls. Okay, let's do 100. Oh, $105 balls or $500 balls?
I kind of like the 100 because you got more chances to get the 1,000.
Okay, so we'll go turbo mode. We'll go $5 balls. How do I did 100 auto bet, right, Sims?
That's right.
Like this, 5,
the
16,
one.
100. All right, ready?
All right, come on.
Yes,
Big
I'm
money,
ready.
big money, big money.
Boom.
Here we go. Left and right. Go left and right.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, come on. Left and right. Left.
It's like making a little song for me. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
Oh, left, left, left. Right,
Couple
right, right.
forex is coming in.
I have no idea how much he's up or down, but we'll figure it out.
Come on. Some 2X's. Oh. Oh, what do we
Oh, I
have?
think we had 2450, I think, and it's 20. So he still made the $500 plus it was 2450. It's at 2329. So he's still at $300 on top of that, something like that. So congratulations,
At
Harry.
750.
Let's
How
go.
much?
Thank you.
750. There you go. Congratulations, Harry. You made $750.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. And with that, tomorrow, 3 winners. Farokh Friday. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rock Radio. Let's go.